Hi to all you beautiful souls out there. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time here on my channel at Spiritual Dowsey. I'm Dowsey LeMay. I want to thank all my subscribers on my YouTube tier. Thank you for the love and support, and also for anybody else who's been watching my videos and following me on my Instagram and my Facebook page at Spiritual Dowsey. I really appreciate the love and support as I continue here on my own journey. So today I want to talk about why it's important for us not to reject the things that we see in our reality. Why it's important for us not to reject the things that we see on a global scale, and why it's important for us to see the mirror in that. Okay? So before I begin, understand that these are my truths and my experiences that have led me down my own spiritual path, my own healing path. They don't have to be yours. So please use your discernment and use your, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, because I think some of the things I'm going to talk about may rub people the wrong way. I'm not too sure. If it does, I understand that I apologize, but in the same sense, if it catalyzes you to look inward, then so be it. It's important for us as creators to not look upon the things that we witness, the things that we see in our reality, and reject that. It's important for us to see the catastrophes, the things that are happening on a global scale, and look at it and reject it. It's important for us to actually see the mirror associated with that. It's important for us to see ourselves within the experience, whether we are directly or indirectly affected by that. And here is my 2 cents on why. As a creator being, understanding myself as a creator being, I am source energy incarnating as a soul within this physical limited vessel to have an experience, to find more love about myself, and to know more about who I am as source being. And through that interaction in my own circular, singular, granular sense, my own individual container, if you will, I am having my own reality. And that reality is being perpetuated via the things that I'm holding on to, my beliefs, my thoughts, my actions, my behaviors. The sum of that is creating my reality, and I'm putting out a vibration that is being matched by the universe via the law of attraction. You, at some level, are also integral to co-creative moments for other creators to go about. Other people that exist in your reality, the people that you know of, your neighbors, etc. They are all creators in their own way, creating their own reality in their own little singular bubble. And they themselves have their own free will, their own desires, intentions of their own source being, their own soul, to have an intention in their life to experience something so they can understand more about who they are. They each individually are putting out a frequency, and that frequency is also having an impact on you. You and other co-creators are interwoven, are integrally connected, are so tangled, so closely in our co-created moments that we are all part of what we see in our reality. We are part of humanity, the collective human resonance, right? When you think about yourself, you are adding to the frequency, to the sum that is all the sum of the 8 billion souls, people that are existing as humans, to the human collective. And the humanity has its own consciousness based on us individually adding to that consciousness based on our frequency, and the law of attraction via the universe matches human consciousness. And it takes us to see what occurs in our reality, whether indirectly or indirectly, from a global standpoint, whatever occurs there, to help us guide us individually, but to decide as humanity, as a collective, if that's the direction we want to go. It's truly important, okay? I want you to think of the old adage of as above, so below. What that basically means is that what you see below is what you see above you. What you see above you is also what you would see below. What you see inside you is what you see outside of you. What you see outside of you is also within inside you. When you hold on to specific beliefs, patterns, or whatever it is, your frequency gets put out into the universe, and that frequency also resonates with other creator beings of which we are co-creating this experience on this planet, and it's adding to the frequency that is humanity, and humanity itself has its own frequency consciousness that it attracts, and via the law of attraction, to have itself an experience. Step out of your human singular container, of which that is you, and understand that just from a broader perspective, you are part of humanity via your frequency, and that consciousness, that sum of that vibration, will magnetize experiences for humanity itself to experience, for all of us to be able to witness directly, indirectly, to understand more about who we are, and to choose for ourselves as well as humanity if that's the direction we want to go. Okay? It's important that when we see these events, that we don't reject what happens, we don't reject the things that we see, we don't reject the experience of other creators in their own experience, and we don't reject the experience of what the human collective has occurred. Because what we're doing in essence is rejecting a piece of us that is perpetually contributing to the reason why these events are occurring, and we are rejecting the pain, the suffering of which is trying to indicate to us of which we're holding on to. We are adding to the continued path and trajectory of these events by vehemently rejecting it in itself in our reality. It behooves you to see the mirror within the experience and to look inward to say that some level, at some place, when you see something happening in the collective, whether it be a protest, whether it be violence, whether it be war, whether it be earthquakes, whatever, fires in Australia, understand that there is some level that you, as an individual, are contributing to this frequency because you are part of humanity and you are part of everyone else's reality via your frequency, adding to the sum of all of it. All right? And it's not thrust upon us to decide whether or not this is something that should be good or bad for somebody else. It is our responsibility only for us to see what we feel within ourselves. And then through us, through our own being of which we heal and look at and we love ourselves for it, and to heal and transmute that energy, we can then extend that out to other creators to find love and help and love for them, right? That's where our only true power is, because everything has its own free will. It is source creators. So I want to make sure you understand that, because love doesn't necessarily have to come. There are many different forms of love. Love isn't going out and constantly giving money and going over there to help them. By all means, that is one version of love. But love also is through holding space. It's through acceptance and seeing it and looking inward so that you can transmute the energy within yourself that has been adding to the collective frequency itself. That is also love, right? Love isn't always about doing. Love is about holding and being as the same, and equally are, and those two are equally as powerful. So I hope that makes a little more sense. I also want to talk about that there could be a potential that when we look at these fires, when we look at earthquakes, when we look at what is happening on a collective basis, maybe, for instance, maybe, just maybe, in my particular 2 cents on this, my perspective on this, is that we are not the only ones creating our reality. We are not the only co-creators existing on this planet. There are many other beings, many other non-sentient beings, sentient beings that are occurring energetically, helping us co-create and experience that which is planet Earth. Even planet Earth has its own consciousness, has its own life force, right? If everything is source exists everywhere else in this world, then you would understand that source in everything in existence has its own consciousness, intention, etc., right? Mother Earth is a source being, a source entity, a source consciousness wanting to express itself through its own way of being, right? And let's say, for instance, that source energy as a planet Earth has been holding on to, say, hurt, pain, things that it has taken on from other co-creators, and it wants to move to a different state of being, right? It wants to go from all this heavy energy and wants to transmute that energy and move to a different state of being, which it feels lighter, more healing, more compassioning, more supportive, right? Is that not us individually? Is that not us doing our own healing, going through our own stuff, releasing all these grudges, heavy, detoxing energies, and wanting to move from our desire from one state of being that we don't like to one that we do like, to that desire to be in? And what needs to happen? We need to detox. We need to heal our traumas. We need to remove the energy, lighten up energetically. Is that not maybe what Mother Earth is doing? Maybe Mother Earth is going through her own transmutation, her own transition, and through earthquakes, hurricanes, fires, it is her way of transmuting the old energy that hasn't served her because she wants to move to a different aspect. Think about what we have been doing as a consciousness, as humanity, to Mother Earth. Think about the waters, think about the air, think about pollution, think about oil, think about all the things that we've been doing to the planet and all the wars and the hate and the separation that we've been hanging on to and projecting it out into our reality. And Mother Earth has been holding on to that. And it's time for her to say she wants to move to a different state of being. Perhaps that could be a perspective. And who are we as creators in our own divine right to interfere with the free will of another creator, right? Who are we to reject that? I'm not saying that the things that are occurring are good. And I'm not saying that the people who feel tragedy, who witness it, who experience it, deserve it. No, I'm only saying that individually, understand that we are all part of this. And the responsibility for what you see, for what you are experiencing, for what you witness, for what you directly impact, you yourself are directly involved in it in one way or another, via your frequency of which you're putting out, and that you have to be mindful of the mirror associated with that, and that stepping out of your human container of that individual self to one that is more broad, one that is outside of you, can give you a different perspective on what may be occurring. Understand that that love that you need to see via the catalyst of transmuted energy of fires and tragedies and whatever it may be is a mirror for you to be catalyzed to look inward and say, I myself choose not to continue this. I, as the creator, find love for myself, find love for who I am, and therefore I can vibrate that out to other co-creators, extend my hand and extend my love for those creators in their needs, for I have that within myself. And that could help you transmute that energy, collectively put that out into the universe, and also help Gaia shift easily to more of help Gaia shift to a state of being that is less, let's say, extreme. So this is just my particular view on this. I really hope that that kind of gives you insight to my perspective, and understand there are many different layers to this, what we were seeing. And when you reject something immediately, just from the physical third dimensional standpoint, you may be doing yourself and others a disservice by rejecting the experience of whatever that creator wants to have. By all means, help. If you feel compelled and desired to help, do it. But do it from a space of, I see the mirror, and inward I can feel that and heal that within myself. And I can be in the space of love and compassion and offer that to those in need, versus rejecting, anger, disappointment, vehemently disagreeing with what is occurring in your reality and holding on to that frequency and trying to offer help with that energy. It doesn't match. It butts heads. And you will end up perpetuating the experiences of which you are vehemently rejecting in your reality. So, I love you. I hope that helps you. To anybody suffering, to anybody that is experiencing a tragedy of some sort that is bringing you pain, suffering, hurt, anguish, and has displaced you via these fires or earthquakes or whatever, understand that I love you, and that for all of us, we're responsible for that on our own integral frequency that we are perpetuating in our own reality. And to think outwardly, to understand that we are all one, we are all part of this, and we are all responsible for that. And through that, you find love for yourself and for other people, and you can help create a better world, a world more peace, balance, and compassion, and supportive. So I bless you all. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.